Hello everyone, I am the MoeChicken and welcome back to more Summon Night. In the last episode we infiltrated a foreign country. Here we are at Fort Murata. We're here because the Daglians are here, I guess. And Varel and I swam here and now we're invading. It's pretty much what it is. We're just here to invade. What happened just there? Oh, okay. They're like tubes. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. We're just here exploring. So we're here because Master Sakuro told us that the Daglians... Oh, something's happening. Look at all these robots. I wasn't expecting sudden robotics when I came here. Can I get you up there? Ha! Oh, this would be a great time to have a spear, but I didn't specialize in spears. Nuts. Yes, Master Sakuro told us that he had reports that the Gold Guild, which is the one that Varel belongs to, and the one that apparently, what's his name? Lubin? Lubro? Luden? Something? Luden's Mints? The bad guy, the guy who's totally not evil, he apparently has inner workings with these people, and, yeah, we're here to find, I guess, evidence? I'm not really sure. We're here. We're invading we're invading a foreign country, so that we can. I don't know. But we're here. And Varel said that if we want to find information on these dealings, we need to go and talk to the big boss himself, who presumably is at the top, because that, I guess, is where big bosses hang out. I mean, if every Streets of Rage is to be believed, yes, that is true. Mr. X will always be at the top of the tower, so you gotta go through the elevator section, you gotta fight bosses from earlier in the game, and then you get to fight Mr. X, who presumably will have a gun, because they often have guns. Oftentimes, Mr. X has a gun. So there is that. This is also my first time back in quite a while. It has been some time since last I played this. So do forgive if there are many things that I do not remember how to do. I will do my best. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. So it seems like most of the monsters here may be like lightning elemental. That's why we got two wind weapons. It seems like in general, if you just kind of keep up with the sort of cutting edge of weapons, you'll be pretty well decked out in terms of what elements you need for the next area. So we just got two wind weapons, and everything we've fought is lightning elemental. So I guess it makes sense. Is there something called a squibbolt that I'm fighting? I want to see the squibbolt. Oh no! What? Well, I mean, it is as described. It is squid-shaped, and it is using lightning on me. It is a squibbolt. Neat. Alright. Who built that robot? Did Dr. Wily work here? Feels like a very Wily-esque creation. Doesn't have big, stupid eyes enough, though. A lot of Wily's inventions had big, stupid eyes. It's very charming. These feel more like robots from, Mega Man Legend, actually. Don't they? They kind of look more like that era of robots. Like something that the Bonds might have made. Not really sure. That's a game that I would y'all like that? Would y'all like to watch me play that? I've seen that game played, and I've always been curious about it, but I never just sat down and played through myself. So I've always been kind of curious about Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. I have all three of them. I have 1, 2, and Tron Bonne. But never played them. I don't know. Never got around to doing it. When it first came out, I remember reacting much like I think everyone did when it first came out. Everyone was kind of not on board, I think, with Mega Man Legends when it first showed up. But I don't know. It's become kind of like a novelty now. I'm very curious about the series, so that might be fun. Maybe a future idea. We'll see. I wonder what Master Sakura's up to. So, like, we got here on a boat, and then Sakura spied a patrol, like a Daglian patrol vessel, and so he's like, "You guys just go ashore, like swim ashore, and I'll lure them away." So presumably he is still luring away somewhere. Also, don't these look like they should be locked? It looks like it's supposed to be a keyhole, but nothing's been locked so far, so I don't really know. Also, I really haven't met with much resistance, to be perfectly honest. Oh, something's happening. Oh, it's Varel. Hey, Varel, have you found him yet?
Not yet. He must be on the highest floor.
Yeah, maybe. By the way, I wonder how Master Sakura's doing. You know, I was just wondering that myself.
I don't think we have to worry about him. He is a craft lord, remember? If we're okay here, then there's no way he could be in danger.
Cootie. Yeah, it's hard to imagine him in danger.
I think he's reached the port by now. We should go there then.
What, so we go back downstairs? What are you saying? Oh, have I reached the end of the places I can go to? It's kind of funny that the game answered my question as soon as I asked it. Thank you, game. I appreciate it. Come here, you. You know, as much as I've enjoyed this game, and I have enjoyed this game a great deal, it's been fun. This is like episode 32. This game has gone on for a very long time. This may actually be my longest series now. It's either this or Parasite Eve. But, yeah. The series has gone on for quite a long time. Ah, it's another Squibble! Yay, Squibble! So, I've checked, kind of my location via, did he have a straw? What did he just do? I've checked my location via, like, a walkthrough. I just kind of, like, looked at the chapters in the walkthrough to kind of find out how much further I had to go. And it seems like we're a fair way into the game, but I don't know if, you know, if it's just like chapters, it's hard to tell, like, how long each chapter is going to be, so I really don't know. But it's kind of a weird thing, right? Like, there are some games where I'm like, I want it to be over with, but not really because I didn't enjoy it, but rather just because I want to finish it. Because I am notorious among the people who know me for just not finishing games, like losing steam and just kind of being like, yeah, I'm done. Like halfway or like sometimes even like 3/4 of the way through the game. And so like, I mean, that's actually one thing that doing a Let's Play helps, is that I typically finish games. I try and always make a point of finishing the games I start. Don't look at Echo the Dolphin or Get-A-Roo Man. But I don't know, like, it's just like, and especially with a game I've never played this game before, so I don't really know how long it is. I don't know. Okay, I'm going back down to go find Master Sakura. Oh, there we go. We were supposed to come back down here. Seems weird. There's a ship! He survived! Cool. Master Sakura isn't here. He must have left already. Alright. So what? Oh, is this so you can, like... I guess this is so you can make weapons, I suppose? That makes sense. Makes sense that they want to make a point of that. Oh. Just getting a spear. Sure. A Craids, or a new technique, yes. Dank, 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 dank. Hooray! Got that sapphire lance. Better for swinging than piercing. Alright, I guess I'll replace my current Craid spear. Can't talk today. Sapphire lance, oh yes. I'll sleep. Meanwhile, Master Sakura and Varel are like infiltrating. They're like, they both have the same voice, so I'm sure that he's on his way. Yes, Master Sakura, we'll be fine thanks to Moe fighting, because Moe's just like dead out asleep on the boat. I'm sure they'll come back soon. I'll just sleep on the boat. It's fine. I'll just leave. Alright, so there was no point to my coming back. I just observed that the ship was here and that Master Sakura wasn't. Fun. Glad I did that. Thanks, Varel. It was a good idea. Why wasn't Varel there? He said he'd meet me there. Stupid Varel. Oh, no. Popper. Come here, you. You know, earlier on in the series, I mentioned that I was curious if there were going to be other areas because we were just spending so much time in the labyrinth. There's certainly plenty of new areas to go to. I found myself wondering why it took them. Wait a minute. Did I just go in a loop? What? Okay, well, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, it makes me wonder why they took so long to introduce you to new areas if they had, like, areas planned, you know? Because I was really starting to think that maybe it was going to be like a situation like Persona 3 where you just spend most of your time in, like, this one really long dungeon and only go out, like, every once in a while for, like, boss fights. But, no, a fair number of dangerous areas in this game, which is cool. I like that. Sounds weird if you put it that way, but you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? That's one of those phrases that's very, it's commonplace and also really presumptuous. Like, you know what I mean? Or the one that always gets me is, you have to admit. It's like, no, I don't. Screw you. I don't have to admit anything. I don't have to admit your point. No, I refuse. Just be like really stubborn about it. It's like, no, I won't admit that. But you have to or the conversation can't continue. Well, then the conversation ends, Mr. Presumptuous. This has been your daily dose of how to end a conversation rudely with MoeChicken. I hope you enjoyed that. Do you want to ruin a conversation? Try this. No, Mo, face that way. Whoop, there we go. Yeah, that's the trick to this guy. Smash. Alright, what's over here? It's so hot in my house. I hate the summer. Summer is hot and awful. Why do people like summer? Oh, there's two ways. Gaggle. Squibbled and Striker. Alright, what's in here? Not a whole lot. Okay. I mean, it's cool that like our wind weapons are working really well against the lightning monsters. I still kind of wish I had more than one element, though. I just feel vulnerable when I've only got one option. Like in any game. In any game, I feel vulnerable if I've only got one elemental option. It's actually one of the things that kind of bugs me about the Dragon Quest series, is that Dragon Quest, they do have elements, but they're very, like, loose in the way their elements are set up. So, like, typically the way I think I've talked about this before, typically the way that the Dragon Quest series works in terms of magical damage, usually the weakest is going to be wind magic, which is like the whoosh spell set, because that's usually associated with clerics. And then you have the sizzle, like the sizzle and frizzle spell sets, which are fire oriented. And then you have ice, which is usually crackle. And then you have lightning, which is like zap. Also, spell names in the Dragon Quest series are pretty amazing, aren't they? And so, like, you might think, oh, it's a fire monster, I should use crackle. And it's true that that will probably do more damage than, like, than firewood. But it's probably not going to do more damage than, like, lightning would. Any lightning spell. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, you know, Final Fantasy has trained me to think in elementals, and the Dragon Quest series doesn't really have that. I mean, you go back to like the first Dragon Quest game, and there wasn't like fire. There wasn't a fire spell. There was a spell called Hurt, which did what it sounds like. But I don't know. It's funny how different that is. I was thinking earlier today. Like I've heard the Dragon Quest series described as a national treasure of Japan in terms of like how well beloved that series is. And a Sparaquid? It's like Sparaquid? What does that mean? Maybe like Sparkquid? Yeah, Sparkquid. Okay. It makes me wonder what about the Dragon Quest series kind of elevated it to that level, because it's not like Dragon Quest was the first RPG or anything. And there were even other other RPGs on the Famicom, but there was something about Dragon Quest which really captured the imagination of the whole nation. It's funny. It's especially funny because I would argue that Final Fantasy is more beloved as an RPG series in America. So, I don't know, it makes me curious if there's some sort of cultural divide there. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just yammering on as I fight more robots. A lot of robots in this tower. Wasn't expecting so many robots. It's always kind of strange to me when you suddenly find robots in like an RPG where like everything else has been like monsters and standard like mystical fantasy creatures, and then there's just robots, and you're like, huh. And not like necessarily golems or like magical artifacts. Actual robots, like actual circuit boards and wiring robots. And you're like, this is different. Why is this here? Because I actually really like alchemical construct robots, like that kind of like pseudo steampunky magic concept of like steam golems and stuff like that. I love that kind of thing. Like I've been playing Dark Cloud 2 in my spare time. And if you ever played that game, you might know about the ride pod, Steve. Yes, the ride pod is named Steve. It's like a robot named Steve. And it's like a steam robot. Like the first time you encounter one, it's like this a junk robot whose main body's made out of like a barrel, and like doesn't even really have a cockpit. You just kind of like sit on top of it. It's awesome. It's so cool. I love that kind of thing. Alright, there wasn't anything in here. This is just a big room. Guess I'm supposed to go over here? Yeah? How tall is this tower? Like, is this supposed to be important? I guess this is supposed to be like the big confrontation with Lubert. That was his name. That's totally not Evil's name. I guess this is supposed to be like the big confrontation, but I don't know. It just kind of feels like a tower. I feel like I was just kind of dragged here against my will. Master Sakura was just like, "Come on, we're gonna go commit war crimes together." And you're like, "Okay." You guys, is it a war crime? I guess it's really just starting war on your own. I don't know. I'm sure it's some sort of crime. What kind of crime it is, I don't know. But Master Sakura wanted us to do it, so peer pressure and all that. Friggin' poppers, you're so cute. Cute little robots. With their legs. I'm going to talk about that in the next episode. We are up against time, so in the next episode I will talk about legs. I am the MoeChicken. This has been Summon Night, and thank you for stopping by.